Hello, this is Dan from TrueTrader.net, and today I want to go over my BBBY trade, Bed Bath & Beyond, and how I was able to pull in a little bit over $3,000 trading the stock multiple times in the morning and then having one nice short in the afternoon. So essentially, before I break down the trade on BBBY, my morning trades were morning pop, short, covered, pop, short, short, covered, pop, short, covered, short, 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 covered, covered, short, 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 covered, and covered. And the net result was, of course, right here, $3,400. Now, the reason why I took this trade, first of all, Bed Bath & Beyond was gapping up quite a bit. If we look at the daily chart on Bed Bath & Beyond, the one-day chart, the prior close was around $15, opened up in the low 18s. Okay, now the earnings were pretty good, but it doesn't matter. If we look on Bed Bath & Beyond in the last 2 to 3 years, you can see that regardless of how much volume was traded, this thing never really has more than a 2-point range day from the open. It can't really push and hold more than 2 points off the open. So if you look back, you really can't find any candles that are more than 2 points, okay, in a single day. You can look back all you want, it's just not going to happen. So with that being said, I knew that around $20 was a good area to get short for an intraday pullback, also considering the fact that it was just around 12 bucks, 2 weeks ago. And on top of that, if we go on the weekly chart, you can see it's pretty clear on Bed Bath & Beyond that it based at 20 bucks, it snapped 20, it came back above and retested low 20s, failed, came back below, it snapped, came back up, 20 bucks, failed, back up, failed. So it's pretty clear that, whoever was in the stock from above 20, there's a lot of bag holders in the stock, right? A lot of people who are stuck long the stock from, mid to high 20s, even low 20s, that, are potentially trapped. And the first test back up into their average entry price would give them a pretty nice, it's a get out of jail free card. Imagine if you're long this stock for 2 years at an average price of 20 bucks, it went to a low of 340. Okay, now it's at 20 bucks, a few months later. I mean, you'd probably sell at least some, right, for break even after taking all that heat. So my idea was any pops up into 18, 19, and 20, I'm going to scale into a short against 20 for an intraday pullback. So when you stack all of these things together, it makes it pretty clear why. So first of all, in the morning, my risk was on a hold above $20 per share. Okay, so first let me back up one step. On these morning pops, I was scalping them due to the fact that I wanted to short this near $20. Okay, above and near 20 is where I had most of my conviction. Anything below 1950s or so, I'm just scalping, okay? I don't want to risk more than 50 to 70 cents on this trade. I want to get as close as 20 and above 20 as possible. So these morning pops, I'm just scalping. Over here, once it broke above 20, I covered some on a flush, and then at that point, I had to stop above 20, okay? I pretty much break even. So shorted, I had a seller pop in there against 20. Every time I tried to go above 20, it just failed and failed and failed. Once it snapped, I had my stop at pretty much break even. If it went back above 20 and held above 20 for more than 1 hour, I'd be taking this off for pretty much scratch. It had one pop against 20, the seller came back in, flushed. I covered the rest 1860 for about $1.40, more or less. Now, what if it held above 20? What would I have done? Where would I have stopped out? On this trade, my stop was not based on price, it was based on time. If BBBY held above 20 for more than 1 hour, showing clear signs of strength, I would have cut the trade and moved on. I would have re-entered at 22. The fact that it pushed above 20 for a few minutes, came back below, retested it, and failed, flushed, is what gave me conviction. Now, yeah, in hindsight, I could have doubled down and added more size right over here in the 1970s for the flush, but I was comfortable with the size that I had. It's pretty simple for me. I took a nap. Actually, this trade was so stress-free that I put in my stop order above 20. I took a nap. I came back. I covered it right at the close. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, at least for me. On a stock that's, 15 to 20 bucks on earnings that, at this price point, even though they can have amazing, phenomenal earnings, when you stack up all the facts, and the facts are that this thing can't hold and push for more than 2 points in one single day. It was at 12 bucks 2 weeks ago. It's now trading above $20, where it's been a pretty nice top for the last 2 years. There's going to be backholders in the stock that are going to sell this thing over here. When you stack all of these things up, it makes for a pretty logical short near $20. Now, I know some people like to look at breakouts. If you look at breakouts and stuff like that, that's fine. I personally don't really care much for chart patterns or technical indicators. I don't think they're valid. I don't think they have much consistency. For example, anyone trying to buy a breakout on BBBY above 1980s and for a push above 20, for a run to 21 or 22 for whatever reason, that makes zero sense at all. I don't believe in buying high and selling low. I believe in shorting high or selling high and buying it back lower on stocks like this that move up just a little bit too much too fast intraday for a quick pullback. And I actually apply the same principles and strategies on my swings as well. I don't try and swing short the market too often. It's just stupid to swing short the SPY. But when the market does come in quite a bit on any decent correction, I like to dollar cost average into my swing longs. Exact same ideas, but on the buy side. I like to buy lower and lower and lower, and then once the market bounces, I sell into strength. I'm kind of getting a bit off topic now, and with that being said, this was my Bed Bath & Beyond trade. Well, trades with an S, plural. Really, over here, made a few $100. The real money was on this short here. I got a bit heavier and then held it for about $1.40. That's where most of the profit was made right here. I wish you all a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.